Hello and welcome back to Technically Bedrock. Now, first things first, I wanted to say thank you so much for all of the comments on the last video. It was absolutely brilliant. I love that you give me feedback, guys. It is great to hear what you've got to say. And, you know, if I'm doing something wrong, let me know. Or if you've got something to add to it, let me know. Because there was somebody who said something about tree farms. Very interesting stuff. Something about mob farms and the tick range and all sorts of things. A lot of the stuff I kind of had a handle on already, but it's really good to know what people are doing and what they think and what they've experienced, because that helps us all grow. So let's see. Today what I really wanted to do was do an AFK fish farm. I've been doing a little bit of manual fishing in the meantime, just to get a few of the basics, a few of the goodies that you get from that. Let's go over. Which way am I? Is it over here? Yeah, it's all over here. So I did want to do an AFK fish farm today, but I've been having a little play with them and testing a few things. Ooh, a little bit of drops there. And I'm not quite happy with it yet. Also, I don't have any slime, so I can't do most of the designs are out there. So it's going to take me to find a slime chunk before I can actually get into this. And I don't know the seed, so I'm going to be doing that manually as well. So I'm going to be doing the whole slime thing manually. And based on the research that I've done on the mob spawning, I did a little bit of research in a creative world, and the mob spawning is very, very low. So I'm actually expecting to get very, very few slime spawning in this world, if any at all. So that's going to be a problem. But I'm going to try. I'm going to try and get there eventually. But what I wanted to do today was actually do two things. I wanted to find myself a spawner. Now, to do that, I'm going to use a bit of a glitch. Some of you might think it's a bit cheaty. I don't know. But because this is proper vanilla, I'm not using any commands or anything like that. It's in the game. Anyone can do this. I'm going to do it anyway. So I'm going to use Xray to find myself a spawner. And what I really want is a zombie spawner. So yeah, this is part of a tech game, I guess. You can use whatever's at your disposal, any duplication glitches, anything like that. We can do that. But that's one of the things I want to do today. Another thing that I want to do today is I wanted to mark out my tick range. Okay, so that means the area in which things will be processed and things will happen. Like, if I'm in this chunk, maybe this grass will grow. Or if I am up to, what is it, 79 blocks away in that direction, or that direction, or that direction, or that direction, up to, I say, then this is hypothetically going to be getting processed as well. So I'm going to mark out an area for where all of my things can go. And I'm going to roughly find the centre of this island, and I'm going to find out where the chunk borders are. And we're going to see how that goes. So I'm sort of hoping I've got a chunk here. And that is going to form my centre chunk. And then beyond that, I've got 4 chunks in that direction, 4 chunks in that direction, 4 chunks in that direction, and 4 in that direction, plus some around the sides, which I can use. It's a very crude circle where things will be processed. So that is what I'm going to do. We're going to do that together. We're going to do the whole process together. But first things first, let's get organised and go and do a little bit of X-raying and see if I can find myself a spawner somewhere nearby. Do I have any food? No. Okay, let's get some food. Can we sleep this rain away? Nope. Okay, so what do I need? I need some gravel. Where's the gravel? There's some gravel. Don't need that much gravel. And I need a wooden fence post. And I've also got my pick already. That's looking a bit worse for wear. Let's make myself a new pick. And let's process all that into a fence post. So like that, and then like that, I think, yeah. And then I want a spare pick. I could have made it from iron, but you know, who cares? Right, so to do this, I'm going to go down below ground. I'm going to find myself a nice area. I'm going to get as low as I can. As low, maybe I'm better off. Maybe I'm better off around about this level. No, I'll go for this level. So I'm not going down all the way to Y11, but I want to see a lot of things above and I want to see a lot of things around me. So I'm going to go forward in this direction until I'm at a little bit of a dead end. Let's just break that quickly. Right. Now, this is where it gets dangerous, guys. So I'm glad I'm doing this somewhere near my home. If I do die, then it's no big problem. Right, I'm going to place down my fence like that. I'm going to back right up into it, and I'm going to get into a corner here. I'm going to drop some gravel. Now, I'm not taking any suffocation damage. Now you see this? I'm crouching. I can't see anything. Look at that. Okay, so there's a cave off to my left. Let's go over here. Whee! Oh, no. Huh? Yeah, it's dangerous. So, no. It's very difficult to get the exact spot where you want to be. So, let's just try this. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I can't see anything except from a cave over there, and there's a skeleton in it. 2 skeletons. Okay, so let's go in that direction. So that was basically straight over here. I'm going to grab my fence gate again, or my fence post, and then we're going to go... Oh, I don't have a spade. Okay, let me get a spade, and I'm going to go and have a look in that cave, and we'll be back in a moment. Okay, so I've dug forward a little bit further, so I'm a little bit closer to that cave. Now, one thing that I should say, people, is don't use Xray if you're not allowed. If you're on a server and they don't allow Xray, don't use it. It's not right. I'm playing this on a single player world, and it's up to me how I play this game, and I'm going to use Xray to find special features because I don't have the seed, I don't have any other options really. I'm just going to use it to... Okay, there it is. Okay. Ouch. Hi. Okay, that didn't go too bad. Sounds like there's something else in there though. Sounds like a spider. Yeah, there it is. Okay, let's just go and deal with it. And light up this cave a little bit. Now, one thing is that you shouldn't be using Xray if it's not allowed on your server or on the realm that you're playing on. You just shouldn't use it. I'm using it because I'm playing a technical game, and my idea is that I want to advance as quickly as possible without using any commands or any seed or anything like that. So I don't mind using this, and it's also in my SSP game, so my single player survival world, so I'm okay with it. So I've got this far ahead. So I'm in the corner. Ooh, blimey. Huh. Okay, that is a spider spawner, and I am in range. But I heard a zombie. Is a spider spawner useful to me at this time? Oh, I see a zombie. Okay. Okay. So let's go for the spider spawner. Ooh. Right, so approximately directly in that direction. So let's just start directing which way we're going to go. And is that it? I mean, it's definitely a bit of a cave system there. Can hear the spiders. Okay, so that's it, right here. Trouble is with spiders, they drop straight on your head. Now, I'm going to be better off entering this from the side, so I'll put some gravel in there. Whoops. And I'll go up a little bit so that I can at least get a little bit of height on this. Now, this is clearly the top corner. Hi! Hello! Alright, let's just take a swing at you guys. It's making them go a bit frantic. Let's drop in that there. It's a nice small room, so this should be really easy to secure. Oh, I can reach the chests from here. Blast protection? Not interested. Ooh. What? These guys have got a very long attack. And again, so have I. Okay, so the normal standard spiders, so I should be able to get away with a little gap like this. and then just wait for them to come to me, sort of, if I have the patience. Come on, guys. Whoops. Huh! Do zombies not know how to jump on chests? Well, that's very handy. That is actually very handy to know. So for now, let's just block that up. And let's throw down a bit more lighting in here. Right, let's see what that book was. Fire protection, ugh, nothing that interesting. I'll take the things I can spare. I'll eat the bread. Everything else I'm going to leave here because I can come back for it later. I don't need to take it with me now. And let's spend a little bit of time healing up. Where's my fish? Okay, I actually gave up on looking for a zombie spawner down there because I was starting to run out of wood and a couple of basic materials. So I decided to come back to the base and I just stair-stepped up and I came out under the ocean there somewhere. So what I decided to do was I'm going to do a slightly different way of doing it. I'm going to go down into my strip mine between episodes and just do a slightly more organised search for it. So every 10 or 20 blocks, do a bit of Xray and see if I can find it, because I really, really want a zombie spawner to get these villagers, because I really need villagers for my game. It's just a key part of what I'm going to be doing. So what I can do instead right now is we can start organising this tick area. But first of all, let's get some sleep. Right, so the tick area is where I'm going to be building all of my farms. I'm going to build all of the farms in one space because the area which will be loaded whilst I'm on is kind of small on Bedrock Edition. I want to get everything in one place so that whilst I'm there, everything is happening. So I need to be kind of marking out all of this kind of accurately. Now I've decided to come out into the water area here and make this the centre. So I think it's going to look a bit better sort of over there somewhere. Now the reason I'm doing that is because I want to have the least amount of land underneath me. So the less land there is underneath me whilst I'm in this area, the fewer chunks are going to be loaded, or the fewer caves are going to be loaded and all that kind of thing. So if I do actually get around to making a mob farm, then I don't have to do that much clearing of caves or lighting up. And I've sort of got a hypothetical perimeter. So let's see, what have I got out there? Let's knock this down to about 42. Yep, that looks good. And actually, let's go out a little bit further because there's not much land around here at all. So it doesn't matter that much. I'm going out around about 64 blocks altogether, maybe a little bit more. Can't just hold down my right click on this one. And then I'm going to go 32 in this direction. Now the reason I'm doing this is because this seems to be kind of equidistant from most of the land areas. Now I can see some topography down below me, some areas where the land goes up and down, but that doesn't matter so much because that's quite low. I mean, we'll plumb that depth in a moment and see exactly how low it is, but there can only be caves so far underneath there. There's not going to be that much. Now this, yeah, this is feeling kind of out in the middle of nowhere. But it's not far from all of my things which I've already got. So let's make this where we're going to be doing this. Now I'm going to drop some gravel just to see exactly how deep this is. Okay, I make that around about 26. So sea level's normally at 60, 26 from that puts me around about 34. So there's only 31 levels underneath that, so that's not a lot of land at all underneath here. So this is a great place for me to organise the centre. So I'm going to get an empty map. Oh, a locator map. I didn't want a locator map. What's this do? Oh, I don't know what a locator map is. But what I do know is that this is the chunk that I'm currently in. Now, let's see. This should be, I think, I mean, it looks 32 across to me, maybe even 64 across. Now, can I put that in my offhand? Does that go in this shield slot? Oh, it does, lovely. Right, there's something that it's useful for. Now, I want to find out where my border is, or the border of this land. So, I'm going to mark it out like this. Okay, so somewhere around here. Okay, so I can see my marker moving on the map. Now I sort of feel like this is the chunk border right here, because when I cross onto that block, the marker moves in. When I cross onto that block, it doesn't move any further. So if I just mark out a little mark here, so this feels like a chunk border to me. Okay, now if I go onto the other side of that, where I supposed the other side of the chunk is, and I do that, then I get a new map. Great. Okay, so let's have a look at this. Oh, it doesn't like having a map in both hands. That's a little bit annoying. Okay, so from there... Okay, I'm moving on to that map now. Okay, so this is definitely a chunk border. Now, I want to have a look at the other map again, and I want to work out where the chunk border is in the other direction. So let's see, this is on this line, and I want to be going behind me. So let's get some cobble again, and we can just work out exactly where one corner of a chunk is. Okay, let's see. So that doesn't seem to move anything, but that does. So I'm going to say this is actually the chunk border right here, which is really useful. Okay, so let's see. If I get a couple more maps, we can test this properly. Now the idea is if I create a new map and open it here, then that's going to be another new map, whereas this one stays on here. Now I'm going to do some marking out. I know that this is a corner of a chunk now, so I can start working out where the ticking area is, and it's going to be chunk aligned, and that's going to mean that everything inside those chunks, when I'm in the middle chunk, is going to be loaded, and that is going to be really handy. Okay, so I'm going to get another map, and I'm going to do a little bit more experimenting, and we'll be back in a moment. Okay, so this is going to be my center chunk. Now you can see it on the map on the left. Now from here, I'm going to mark out all of the chunks in that direction, and that direction, that direction, and that direction, without looking at the Enderman, which is going to be very difficult. I don't know how it is. He ends up just sort of getting right into your face. So I'm going to mark them out in cobble for now, just kind of roughly, and then at some point in the not too distant future, we're going to remark them in something a little bit more fitting, so that we know where things are. But for now, this is just to get things going. Okay, so we'll see you in a moment. Okay, it is action stations. What I didn't see spawn is pretty amazing. Right, now what to do with these guys? These guys should be able to see me from a further distance than the skeleton or the creeper. So let's just try this. Okay, this looks good, sort of. I mean, I've got no blocks. Oh, what do I do? Let's go like this. Low. Ho. And you, come on, you can both come over this way and try to eat my brains. It is fine, I don't mind. Just go for it. As long as your skelly pal doesn't come over. Skelly my bob. Whee, hey, hi. Oh, whoops. Well, they weren't messing about. Brrr. Now the biggest problem that I've got here is, oh actually that'll do nicely for a roof. So, let's just do that and see what we get. Now hopefully this guy is not going to get aggro from a distance, because I don't want to have to deal with you, my friend. Oh, he is. Oh, what a derp. He's going to give me a hard time as soon as he sees me. Oh, you blighter. You absolute blighter. I better not have lost my two best... Oh, come on! Yes! Come on, guys. In you come. In you come. Whoa! My goodness. Yeah, they really don't... They don't mess about, these ones. Right then, come on, in you come. One at a time. One at a time. Yeah, that's right. You can come in here. How about that? How about that? Oh, yes. Right. Now for the slightly difficult bit. Let's deal with this creeper first. Yeah, you don't matter. Okay. Right. Now, this is the slightly difficult bit because I need to find out whether these guys pick things up because I don't have any name tags at the moment. So, hello. How are you today? Oh no, come on. Maybe you'd like an axe. Maybe you'd like a bow. Oh well, right, I'm gonna have to get my stuff back. I've already thrown you. What can I throw you? Try a sword. Yeah, they are not interested. That is an extremely sad thing indeed. Right, I've got all my things back because, thankfully, stuff glitches through corners quite nicely. Now what do I do to get these guys? Maybe armour. Maybe they like armour. Nobody's wearing a hat. What do I do? What do I do? Now, they shouldn't despawn if I go out of their range. Massive, massive facepalm moment, guys. I'm feeling so stupid. Half slabs don't block light on Bedrock Edition. Oh no, there'll be some of you out there absolutely slamming your head against the desk right now. And I'm so sorry, guys. I just went back, got a couple of things, thought, wow, great, I've got myself these zombie villagers that I wanted so badly. And I was just going to fish my time away and get some name tags. But it just wasn't to be. But it does show that spawning seems to be okay on here. So I'm going to take that as a positive thing. And I'm going to carry on marking out these chunks. Now let's have a little chat about this since we're here. Now this is the map. As you can see, I've got a 3x3 chunk area there. I've got to put another one of those on each side of this. So it gives me the 9 chunks in each direction in the cross section. And then I've got to fill in the diagonals a little bit. So still quite a lot to do. And I'm going to make this map another size bigger and hope that it doesn't... I want it centered on here somehow, but you know, we'll see how that goes. Okay, so we'll be back in a bit. Right, and I'm done. I've marked out the tick range. Now let's head over here and we'll have a quick look at the map and I'll try and explain what this is if you haven't heard about it already. So the idea is that on Pocket Edition and I presume Windows 10 Edition, I'm just going to call it all Bedrock Edition, you've got a range around the player which is going to be loaded, and that is this area right here. So basically you've got a chunk in the middle and then you get 4 chunks either side, and then, you know, some shapes around it, but it's very, very crude circle. if you stand in the middle. So if I stand in the middle there, all of the area that I've marked out is going to be loaded. Now if we come in real close and just squat down, if I put my focus on that one, you can see that I've got a line that goes between these things. So I can tell that this is chunk aligned. Okay, so the top right hand corner of that particular square is just inside that one chunk. So basically each chunk is a 16 by 16 area, and I've marked it out. So I've got 16 by 16, then one next to it, then one next to it, then one next to it. And if I head over here, you'll get a bit of an idea of what I've done. So basically this here is a chunk border. So I've got 4 chunks that meet right here, and I've marked out 3 of them. So I've got one chunk over there, this chunk here, and this chunk here. So the idea is that I've done this so that I can build all my farms in this area, and I can put my most important farms, the ones that I want loaded most of the time, right in the middle. So I need to think of the most important farm that I want in the middle here, and it's probably going to be iron. And that's not a bad idea, because if I do actually expand it, then I've got options. I've still got lots of space to work with. So that's the thing, that's what I've done. So the most important one goes in the middle, then the slightly less important ones towards the outside, and the least important ones right out at the far edge. So least important, probably something like melon and pumpkin, cactus, that kind of thing. So yeah, this has actually been quite an effective mob spawning area. So I don't have much land below me, so there's not many caves down there, and the chances are what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark out, or I'm going to work out down below as well where these chunks are, so I can go through and light up the caves and all that kind of thing. So that should improve my spawn rates, hopefully. Now over here I did actually manage to capture a zombie villager. Now I captured this guy absolutely ages ago, and he has not despawned. I've been going back and forth and back, and he is still here, which is absolutely fantastic. It saves me on name tags, it saves me on giving him things and finding ones which will actually accept an item. He's just there, that's it. So I'm going to cure him at some point in the not too distant future. For now I'm going to leave him as a zombie because he's pretty safe like that. Okay, let's head back over to the main area and I'll show you a couple of other things that I've done. So I obviously used quite a lot of cobble and dirt and all sorts of things to build up this entire area. And I've still got a lot of work to do on this, but I'm happy that I know exactly where I am with that, so that I can start building things in this area and know that they're going to be loaded and all that kind of thing. That's the biggest thing to me. So I ended up building myself a little cobble generator. Now, this is very, very rough. It is very basic. It is just what I threw together with what I had. And I crafted myself a couple of pistons and all that kind of thing. But if you guys haven't seen one of these, which I'm sure you have, I'm sure you've seen a cobble generator before. But if you haven't, let's just have a little look. What have we got going on here? We've got some water going on down there. And we should have some, let's see, breakthrough there. Lava going on down there. So the water is just coming out there and going straight down, and the lava's coming across by a couple of blocks. And where they meet, where the lava blade meets the water edge, it creates cobble. Okay, you probably knew that already. And then I'm just pushing the cobble up on a timer. Let's reset this timer. Where did that go? No, but seriously, where did that go? Right, so just like that. So at the moment it's all locked because everything's reached its push limit. So I would come over here and I would just stand and AFK. And so I would get cobble. It's not perfect, it's like I say, just something that I threw together with what I've got. Now if you're wondering how to go AFK in this game, then I don't know if you'd be able to do this on Pocket Edition, but I would stand here holding down the left click, I would hold down shift, and then I'd hold down T for a second. Then I'd release everything. And there you go, I've taken my hands off the keyboard. If you could see, I'll be waving them in front of the screen right now. But that's just me AFK now, and it's performing the action, and that's really good. So I can just stand here, as I did last night for a couple of hours, and just got a load of cobble. Because obviously it's being picked up by the hoppers below. Now if you want to get out of this mode, you left click and you press shift. and then the keyboard kind of knows that you're no longer present. If you're not, it knows that you're there, so it's had a further action. Because normally the way the keyboards work is, if you press a button, then it will wait until it gets a further action from that button. If it gets no further actions, or the actions are cancelled somehow, then it'll just assume that you're still pressing that button. Same with the mouse, really. So the pressing the T thing kind of makes it go into that mode. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I'm a little bit sketchy on keyboards. But yeah, so that's what this was. Just a very quick cobble generator, and it helped me get together the cobble that I needed for the job. Let's put that away, I don't need that. And down here I had a little dispensing system that would occasionally just throw a pick at me. And I had it set up so that it powered this bottom dropper directly, which then locked the hopper next to it temporarily for a second. So basically what I found was, if you just have the item flowing around without locking the hopper even at all, it just gets picked up by the hopper every time without you getting a chance to pick it up. So just by doing that, it just kind of cycles, and you get a split second just to pick up a new pick. So I filled these up with picks. I stood here, blocked off the side so I didn't lose anything, and that was it. And occasionally it went a little bit awry because it isn't perfect, but you know, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. It worked. It got me all the cobble I needed. So yeah, there we go. That is, I think, everything that I've got time for today. That is actually a really good view. I'm really pleased with that. That's fantastic. And I can see anything that I've missed. And it doesn't look like I've missed anything, because I really wanted to set things out properly so that the cobble marks out the inside wall of a chunk. So yeah, that looks absolutely perfect. So anyway, guys, that is all I've got time for today, and I hope that it's been a learning experience. I'm hoping to get some more great comments down below, and again, of course, leave a like if you are enjoying this series and you want to see some more, because I'm just going to do this for as long as people are interested. If people are liking it, then, you know, I'm going to carry on with it. And to be honest, I'm really enjoying it. This is a fun game for me. It's a lot of fun to try out new things and learn different ways of doing things. So yeah, really, really impressed. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, please do leave a like, and if you want to see some more, drop me a subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye. Woo.